Welcome, Truth Nation. I'm Tanya Wilder, the host of The Truth Ain't In Us, and we are back with another great episode. This is part 2 of the Men Tell the Truth Night, and now we have the Women Tell the Truth Night, and then we're going to bring them all together. Now, I'd like to introduce the women. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to start with Deidria. Yeah, I say that correctly?
Did.
Okay. And then we have Tammy Caprice, Mercedes Walker. Last but not least, we have Mombay Wilson. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
So let me ask you guys, when you hear the terminology Women Tell the Truth Night, what does that actually mean to you? And I'm going to start off with you, Mercedes.
Okay. Thank you again for having me on your platform. When I hear Women Tell the Truth Night, I hear girl talk, maybe, a bunch of talk, but us being real about it, us not being judgmental towards one another about, what we may be going through or have went through. It's literally just that women tell the truth. So, and other women accepting whatever that truth is. You know what I mean? So that's what comes to mind when I hear today.
And for you, Dave?
I think it's just like taking the conversation out of the group chat, right? Sometimes we speak in public with such a filter, you may not say everything you really want to say. So Women Tell the Truth Night is say what you would normally say when you're talking to your girlfriends in the group chat.
And for you, Mommy?
I agree with Dave. Women being vulnerable and just being able to let their hair down, take their bra off, and just keep it 100.
What's fun? And their panties, too.
Well, I would say when I hear it, it's basically holding up the mirror. I think that's truth is not just on that level, but can we be truthful with ourselves? We wear so many hats and behind all of the makeup, like I said, when we take off the bra and panties, but who are we? Can we really hold up the here? You ready to hear it too? So yeah, like the idea. Women tell the truth, rising. What? Right.
So, ladies, let me ask you: can women have it all? Love, marriage, children, high-paying job, success, all of that. God, all of that. Can we have it all, or is it just an illusion? A fairy tale, the Cinderella story. So let's start with you, Day.
So I feel like yes, but the caveat to that is you can have it all, but you can't have it all at the same time, right? And that's actually how I live my life. So I'm an attorney. I have a busy personal injury practice, and I'm a mom of 2 small kids. They're 4 and 6.
Oh, wow.
I'm a wife. I own business, so I am busy, right? And so what I say all the time is this week I might have a lot going on at work, right? So I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to be an amazing attorney this week. That means I'm not going to be as good of a mom or a wife that week, right? But because I did that this week, next week, I'm going to kill it as a wife. I'm going to kill it as a mom, right? And work might take the back burner that week. And so for me, yes, you can have it all. Even like you talked about God. Prayer, I'm going to pray every day, but maybe I don't have as much time to spend in devotion, or maybe I don't have as much time to devote to church or things that I enjoy about my spiritual life. This week, I'm going to focus on that because I've been drained in that area because I've been given so much to other things. And so for me, I think you can. I think you absolutely can have it all, but I think you cannot do everything at the same time. And I think women, we put so much pressure on ourselves trying to be amazing at everything at the same time. Why?
Yeah.
You're human. You're one person. So yes, you can have it all, but I just think you can't.
And do you feel kind of guilty, especially when it comes to your kids?
I think we all, I think we all suffer from some level of mom guilt, right? But I remind myself just of that. This week, I have to be a great wife. This week, my husband needs me. This week, my job needs me. This week, my business needs me. Those kids need me. So that means next week, when they ask me to play with the dolls, I'm going to put my laptop down and I'm going to play with the dolls. I'm going to make their favorite food. I'm going to prioritize them. So I think, you do have some of that mom guilt, but I also know that I'm going to give them the time that they deserve too. And it's just a balancing out.
Yeah. And what about for you?
I feel like all depends on what you know. So maybe for me, my all could be God, my husband, my children. It may not be the luxury lifestyle or whatever it is in that category. So I think each person is different, you know? And just like they said, like, your all could also just be what you can give that week. So for me, it is making sure I made 3 meals a day, making sure that I actually had sex with my husband that week. That's my all, and I could check it off and say, you did that, girl. Like, you did your big one. Next week could be something totally different. So it's whatever you value in that moment. You can't have it all. It's just what you value.
And Tammy, that was well said. So, to your point, it's what do you define as an all, right? Because we all have it all already, but I mean, what are we measuring it to? What society says, right? What do we measure it to? I do know that at one point I didn't believe you can have it. So I was divorced. You know, and I had 3 small kids, and love had to be on the back burner until they were older. Like I tried dating with the kids, and it just wasn't. I didn't feel comfortable with, you know, continuing relationships or having different men in and out of their lives. And it's just like, no, I need to wait till they're older and I could discern more. So I used to feel that way. But then, no, it was all according to what I defined it was having your all. And that was always what was being portrayed in social media, what was being portrayed in the world. And it's like, that ain't my all. That ain't even it all. And so what is your all? You create your all. Yeah. So yeah, I do believe you can have it. Well, there have been successful marriages with blended families. I come from a blended family. There has been successful businesses, and you can still show up in school or being a mom or however the case, whatever the case is. So your all is what you create, not what someone tells you happen always. And we all possess it all, all right?
Then I think your all could also mean it's this way for now. And then 5 later, it changes because we grow, we evolve, we change. So I think in that sense, you're all, it changes in time.
Yeah, I was going to mention, like, you know, everybody said great things, but, you know, being okay with whatever that is, you know, whatever it looks like right now. So this week, I'm killing it at work. Okay, I won't, and my, you know, my husband, my kids may be taking the back burner, but I'm okay with that. I know later on, next week, I'll be the balance, accepting it, figuring it out, and moving on, knowing you can pivot at any moment, which is always great. We love pivoting, you know, at any moment, you know, and prioritize.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, you'll prioritize what matters to you in that moment or what supports.
Great answers.
Yeah, all great answers, all great response, and just being able to keep it real.
Yeah.
You know, because no relationship at the end of the day is perfect, whether it's with your spouse or significant other. Your mind is right there.
Seriously, no.
You know, and so I heard Mame say, I said that right? You did. I got it right. Sex. When it comes to sex, guys, like, and I know you're not single. You're how important is sex in your marriage? And for me, like, I'm in my 50s, right? And I don't want it all the time. It's not like when I was younger, I was a bunny, you know, the what do you call it? The energizer type thing. And even though I would say we do it at least 3 times a week. Sometimes I do it. Yeah. Maybe sometimes 4.
Great to me.
Okay. But listen, then there's sometimes we may go a week without doing anything. Right. So how do you balance that in your relationship? Because men want it all the time. They are the energizer bunny.
Right.
No matter what.
And you know, I would say, like, for my husband, if I'm ready, he's ready. It's never going to be a time like, no, he's ready.
That's what we're always ready.
Right. But he also lets me know, like, babe, we're not going nowhere. Like, I'm here forever. Like, it's okay. Like, it's all right. I'm be here next week. I will, you know. So you're fine. You don't have to feel the pressure of, like, making sure you check off, oh, day 3, I gotta, the kids by the end. He's like, it's okay. Like, honey, he's like, it's like for he's like, I've had the same cat for 10 years. You okay? We are fine. So he always reassured me, like, don't feel the pressure, because he knows it's more so on me because of my schedule and all those things. But if I wake him up, he's good to go. Mm-hmm. So it just all depends on what the week is. Honestly, and not beating myself down if like, damn, I'm tired.
Right.
I've had a long week, and now I have to make sure the kids are good, and I do want to, but I actually miss sleeping. And I'm rather I would actually rather
get some rest.
But I would say I know sometimes when I need to clock in, because I could feel the stress and it's carrying on to the kids. Like how he addressed them. I said, "Oh, yep, my man, clock in," because his patience is wearing thin, and so.
You're paying attention.
Yeah, I noticed it. I noticed it.
And it's all and so sorry, but it just blows my mind to hear you say that. And then that one quick fix, that you get is immediately decompressed.
Every time.
That's insane.
They are wired so different.
That is so funny.
I was going to say that's one of the things that I had to really understand, because to your point, I just told you about all the things I've balanced, right? So with sex, you're like, I've done 80 million things today, and now you want me to do one more, like I'm tired, right? But I had to really learn that sex isn't just sex for him. Right. Sex is a connection piece. Sex is a stress relief. Sex is not just a physical act. And when I kind of reframe my thinking on that, I'm like, okay, yeah, this isn't just, oh, I'm horny. Right. This is like, it's a need. It's a need that needs to be met. And so just like I want my needs to be met, right? When I need him to do something, I want to make sure his are met. And so for me, it's like I had to reframe my mind into thinking of sex as just sex, and understanding how deep it really is for him and how important it really is for him. And how, to your point, his whole mood can change.
That's so funny.
If he's had a bad day, if he's, if we're just feeling disconnected. Sometimes you have small arguments as a married couple, especially just because we're not as connected as we should be. And sex can change that instantly. Wow. And so I think once I started really just reframing my mind about it's not just sex, it helps me to be more aware of like making sure that we get that in, because it's just as important as everything else.
That is good today. I think well, what you said, I totally, I can't totally agree. That's the one. But I also feel like when it comes to relationships now, married, like we all supposed to be on one accord. Like we have to do work within inside of your relationship to understand when your partner needs it or when it's stressed. It is not just sex. But if you're not there, then it does become just sex, and now it's a blanket for whatever else, and now we're just having sex, right? And since this is the truth in us, this made it so truth tonight. I'm very transparent of where I've been, my past, my history, and I had to reprogram my mind around sex. I used to overly sexualize things because my insecurities made me believe I had to be that way to keep that thing. Right. You know what I mean? Like I was almost 600 pounds. Like to one point, I'm like, you look great. Wow. But that's like my mind wasn't right, so I wasn't able to read him right. I wasn't able to discern with my ex-husband and so forth. But now, I want it every day. But I reprogrammed my mind. It's like, no, I don't want it every day because I feel like I have to keep them. Right. Like, because that's just what I tried. Right. I was trying, I mean, but now with me and God, that's enough story when you marry. Yes, right. I'm picturing every time we do. That's one conversation. So your point, I mean, well, so sure it is like, right. I'm like, listen, we gotta do something because we want to just but no, I feel like you really have to do the work before you could understand what sex really means in her relationship for a man or for a woman. Y'all, like she said, that man ain't going nowhere. He ain't not going nowhere. Y'all really locked in. We understand. He ain't going nowhere. So it's important overall in my IRA.
Absolutely. And are women looking for love, partnership, or security today? Like, and I'm asking you this more so because you're the second one. But you just got married, so I think you can.
Yes, I'm even married.
Still single and a ring on it, so
partnership or security, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and being compatible too. And I'm gonna add to that,
Yeah.
being equally yoked.
Listen, that's good. So I would say I've been single now, right? Prior, like now since I'm kind of like freshly single a few months, I have been saying this, but I know that I'm a lover girl, but I have been like, I'm not dating for love anymore. I've been saying that. You better spin that, you know. Well, I've been saying all type of stuff. I've been saying all type of stuff lately. But truly, though, to my core, like who I am, I desire a person that I'm equally yoked with, because that means that's who God sent me. You know what I'm saying? So I really do want somebody who I'm equally yoked with, and I want to love this person now. I really do, and I will
Leo financially,
equally yoked
how?
spiritually.
Spiritually, okay.
You know,
But there's a difference.
spiritually first, it's just important to me because my faith and everything else dictates how I move a lot. And if you are not on that level, you're not going to understand me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was saying that, but now, like, that maybe I was a little upset because I was freshly single. But if I'm like really thinking about that, I still do want love. But I think that love, maybe I'm not so head over heels over you at first, but because you make me feel so secure,
Yeah. Right.
my guard is coming down, I'm loving this, you know? So, and because I feel like I got a partner because I'm a woman that's winning. That's why I call it my platform. So I'm doing a lot. I'm also wearing a lot of hats. I also work full time. You know, are you going to be supportive when I have my event at the beginning of the year and I'm doing this? Are you going to support? Are you going to pull up? You know, I just moved into my place. Are you going to help me put my curtains up? Look. It's the small things, all the things that matter. So I feel like it's all important, but the whole love thing, because I know people that ain't marrying for love, they marrying for only the security, and this, man, they all right though, you know? So in my head, it's like, maybe I can't
I think when I say the word equally yoked, for me, what I would want from my well, even with my son, I think when I made the speech when he got married, one of the things that I loved about his wife was that her upbringing was so similar to his.
Yeah.
And I felt like they were equally yoked.
Great example.
You know? And in every way, they want the same thing financially, spiritually, when it comes to family. So to me, and in value,
Yeah.
you know? So all of that matters at the end of the day. So don't sell yourself short.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. That's go. I know that I was saying that's true. I mean, that's so good to hear. Just because I've had people tell me all types of things because I'm 33, I'm single, right? I don't have any children. So some people have come at me like, oh, it's by that time, like, you know, like
You're in a great position.
I feel like I'm in a great position, but a lot I don't ignore the haters. Okay, I get it all the time. So you know, well, you better lower yours. Somebody told me all the time. I said, lower I wanna be with a black man. They say, well, you need to think. I don't know. You might need to change that. They said the type of woman you are. And where you're going, black men ain't in a lot of them spaces. And so I was offended. I'm like, damn, that's ignorance. But I've heard all types of things, you know. But when I say equally yoked, I do mean all, like, we're equally yoked. That's across the board.
Yeah.
Seriously. And that's important.
So you've been married the longest of these women. How do you keep it fresh with your husband? Because talking to him, that man loves you. He is both of you have some great men, by the way. Both of you have some great men. How do you keep it fresh, exciting, and because we see what's out there on the internet. We can go into a restaurant and the asses are out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, how do you keep that clean?
I would say we are, and this sounds so cliche, but literally we are friends first.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we value the same things as individuals and as a couple. So it's always like I could go to dinner with him and we will people watch. Like, hey, you bring me together. Like, what you think going on? And it's like I don't feel like if he comes in this room, I don't have to change myself and who I am because now it's other men or other women in the room. And same for him. And I feel like that's one of the big things. Us being friends, we are secure within ourselves and as a couple.
Yeah.
And I think that's what keep us like healthy and striving because we know we're locked in, like we're good. And I have a lot of like friends where I notice like, wait, what? Why do you look like that when your husband come around or when your boyfriend come around or even same from him? And it's just like something is missing, something is off. And now you have to conform yourself to be this to where it's like almost like, can you leave my home? Because I like you. I like this person, right? You know, this I don't like this little person that has to be small or very fixed. So I think for us, because we're friends, we understand each other, and I think that's what keeps us going young and fresh because it's a security thing. We're secure within each other and ourselves, and as long as you can be friends and communicate that, you can go on forever and ever. And I mean, I want to hear from you too. You've been married for a while, and
Well, counseling. I think so. My situation is a little bit different because my husband and we got married. I got married when I was 20, right? And he's 4 years older than me, so we have been together for a long time, and there was infidelity. Okay, so for me, at the end of the day, is building that trust again. We are friends. At the end of the day, I think we've gotten closer with the counseling because it's funny because at first he never wanted to do counseling, right? But he loves the hell out of counseling now. It's like he makes the appointments.
yeah,
Right? And because I feel like he's able to talk about things from the past, just not our relationship as a whole, but why he feels this way about certain things, how his past has defined him in certain ways. So, for me, I just think that putting God first, we have a great sex life. The sex life was never, ever bad, right? That was never bad. But, yeah, so just I think putting God first too and everything. So, but I wanted to. Well, I made me lost my track.
Did you ask him the same question? Did you ask the guys the same question? No.
Well, it's based some of the questions, but it's just based off of how this conversation goes. This way, right? You know what I'm saying? So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, and
I will say though, now I've been married and I was married up and I was divorced. But going into the new situation, my whole thing was get all the hard stuff up front. I want to know every secret, every demon. Oh yeah, I don't got time for this. This is what I want. And literally, that's how I went into that situation and revisiting that every year. Like I told, like he knows, and a lot of women don't want to hear it. No, I don't want to hear it. I want my baby mama jump, and then to my surprise, he was with that. And he told me, and that's for my birthday. My birthday was in June. He wrote me there, but he got one of these songs. And then in the song, listen to one of the songs. Y'all see on Facebook when he make the song, there if I am it. And I'm listening, and he was like, you allowed me to show the fears I never showed. And I've never done that process before. And I said, this is something that we need to implement in our lives, but they're going to be different every year, every season. So every season, let's get the hard stuff up front. Let me be willing to hear it. You be willing. And how do we work? Let me make the decision. Let me decide. So, so far, so good. Yeah. I would like to add to that. I think as a woman, we can receive that information and help you process and help be a better person for our partners. But I think as women, some women have to be very careful with that, sharing too much of their past because of you. I probably agree. Yes. If you come across the wrong man, they'll use that against you. Yeah. And they'll use her past that are lost relationships because they share too much. They share so much. And that's why sometimes they say as a woman, sometimes you have to be quiet and just listen and act like you don't know. The whole world know my business because of my platform. Like for the most part, I totally agree. Yeah, but for us, we're gonna use your trauma and your past to help. Now, okay, I need to communicate more because of you said the distance with your father or whatever the situation is. But for women, you got to be careful. Use it, decide and choose. Yeah, because I know a lot of friends that they have used that against them. Yeah, and made it worse. So
Yeah.
it all.
That's a good point. Yes, it's great point. Yeah.
And do you guys feel like women still want traditional men? Because the men of today, like these men, they want to be taken care of. Well, I've heard, well, that's what I've heard. Okay, that on social media, you always hear about the men want to be taken care of. The roles have switched. Is that like the new thing?
Ooh, oh,
And you guys have some single friends, so
it's because they're seeing more women out here doing our thing, walking bold in who we are. I feel like that's what people say because there are still men out here though that are traditional and they want to be this and that, truly. But there are unfortunately men out here who are doing the bare minimum and you know they're not. So I think it's hit or miss. A lot of people are following that bad advice that somebody tried to get lowering your standard. My whole thing is no man, I want a traditional man. That's the only way that's kind of you're going to provide, you're going to protect. I'm going to be your rib. I'm going to be your helpmate, no matter how much money I make, how successful I am. But I do feel like if you don't understand this path that I'm walking, because I'm not the traditional woman, so to speak, I'm building the business. Right. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? When you wear multiple hats, a lot of men can't take that. They kind of don't understand like what it takes to build that. But I think that women nowadays can have a lot of influence on, and they feel like they got to compete and they feel like they got to show up in the space that they're not even ready or don't even know what it takes to show up. And that's when it becomes, oh, she's taking care of him because now he's trying to go after something that he wasn't supposed to go after, right? Or what she's doing. And so you got to be securing yourself as a man to understand, like, about a boss. Like I'm saying, that's what I want. No, just that's real. And then support that and be okay with working your job if you want to stay in the 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love my relationship now. Like he's starting a cargo business because that's some. I'm going to push you. That's something you want to do, follow your dream, but you still working your job. I'm cool with that. I'm just not the one that want to be stuck behind the desk for the rest of my life. And he's cool with that. You know what I mean? But no, you very much the woman.
So it is about each year makes more than their significant other.
Technically, I think I do. I don't know. Yeah, he's an entrepreneur, so it's a little bit different.
And that's why I think I'm an entrepreneur, and so it's like I don't really know how to answer that.
Yeah, it's hard to answer that because technically yes, but it's not so black and white because he's not a W-2. Like he owns
right. And for him, he's taking care of health insurance. So it's just like
the reason that I ask is because I want to know, do the roles change when it comes to the woman being the earner, that makes the most money at the end of the day? How do you handle that? Do you treat your man differently? Do you let him be the man?
I think it depends on the woman, right? So I newlywed, but this is also my second marriage. I'm divorced, and I was married for 10 years before. And in that marriage, I definitely made more than my husband.
Okay.
And I knew that going into it just because of what we were doing. I knew as we grew together, we knew I was going to make more money. It was very consistent. But I never, I was very intentional about still letting him lead, still letting him be the husband, still letting him make the financial decisions, because I know for men that's still important. So for me as a wife at that time, I knew that I still needed to be, submissive in that area the same way I would be in every other area, but it has to do with the right man, right? Because he was still insecure about it. He still was very much, even no matter what I tried to do, and I tried to jump through hoops to make him feel very comfortable and make sure he knew that he was still in charge. It wasn't enough because you have to be secure in yourself to be with a successful woman. You just had it.
Exactly.
And one of the first things that even attracted me to my husband now was that he is my biggest fan. He will push me to do things that I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, you can do anything, and will be the first person in the front row filming and carry my purse and whatever I need, right? He always pushes me. But I was in a situation where that was not the case. He wanted to diminish my light because he felt like it threatened his. And so, yes, I don't think that just because you make more money, I don't think because you make more money that you should somehow still not let a man be a man.
Right.
But I do think that it has to be with the right man, because if it's with the wrong man, they will try to dim your light. That's what I did not appreciate. Now I'm thankful to be with someone who doesn't do that.
And do you feel like that's probably why your relationship with...
I think ultimately that's probably was the beginning at the end. Yeah, I think that he never felt he felt inadequate. And there was nothing I did to make it feel there. Just existing, just being who I was, being ambitious, being the person doing all the things. For him, that was too much.
He probably became resentful. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And for you?
For me, same. I don't. Did you call him Red or Jonathan?
Jonathan.
Oh, really?
That's it. He didn't give me that opportunity, but when he comes in, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Red."
Yeah. Okay. So Red is like, yeah, baby. He's the pom poms, like, because he feels like, why would I make you feel small about opportunities or situations that you have going on? Would you need to put the kid in bed, so you got to stay an extra hour and make that 150? Yeah, go ahead, baby. So he is team, go get it, do what you got to do. But I'm going to make your life easier on the other end of things that maybe you didn't get to do. Like, okay, it's okay. Me and the kids going to get some Mexican. They're going to be in the bed. So he's going to always fill in those voids because, again, he's secure within himself to know that, like, you're chasing your dreams and I'm never going to make you feel small about the situation, whatever. And he knows, like, I'm probably going to be one of those corporate people. Like, I don't strive to be a business person. So I'm never going to now try to create something to be equal to you. Like, oh, well, I got a business too. No, where do you need me and how can I help to make sure that what you guys use? Yeah, see what I'm saying? And that's else. And that's also, no,
it matters. The right partner matters so good. It really matters.
Yeah, for sure.
So we gonna get the bag together, but right.
Yeah, right. We can do so much more together. We're not in competition with each other.
I can't hear it, but that's a thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely is a thing.
Like, after I got out of my most recent something, I would explain to certain people, I'm like, dang, just explain it, and they immediately, they were like, oh yeah, he was trying to dim your light. Oh yeah, he was in competition with you. And I'd be like, I can't even believe, that's the thing. And then I was just blind. So it's like, no.
I think it's an experience you have to go through. You have to steer what you will and will not tolerate it. As you want to be supportive. For sure.
And so at the end of the day, you guys, you don't have any children. You have children. And everybody else here has children. So when it comes to your kids, I know you have a blended family, correct? And what about you?
It's blended.
It's split into. So how do you choose your partner? Because you want to make sure that your significant other is going to love your child as well. You're a package deal.
Absolutely right.
So how was you able to say, well, this is the man for me and my children?
So it's funny because it's truth night, right?
Yeah.
It's so when I got divorced and I started dating again, I was so nervous about that. I was so nervous about, to your point, bringing men around my children and that thing. And so I didn't bring anybody around, but even not just bringing them around, I wouldn't even, they knew I had kids, but I wouldn't talk, they wouldn't talk to them, would talk about them. No, it was very much like we were doing whatever we were doing, and the kids were the separate thing that I almost kept hidden in the closet, right? Because I didn't want those things to commingle. I really didn't. And I will never forget, I was on a trip to back home with my kids, and so we were staying in a hotel. So normally when we're in the house, I would be on FaceTime or on the phone with my husband, my now husband, and he would, the kids will be in a different room or whatever, but we're in this hotel room. So it's just the three of us. There's nowhere for me to put them. So I'm on FaceTime with him and I'm in the bathroom and trying to tell them be quiet and play with your tablets. And I remember him being like, you don't have to do that. He literally was like, stop. He's like, you don't have to hide your kids. They're part of you. You love them. I want to know them too. I want to, I understand that is important to you. I think you're a fantastic mom. So you don't have to hide that. Y'all, I started crying. because I didn't realize what I was doing. I'm telling you all that I was doing it. At the time, I didn't even know it was hiding my, right? And he was like, you don't have to do that, right? And from then on, he was very slow and intentional about building his own relationship with them. They adore that baby. He has his own son that's older. So he has a son that's 16. My kids are 6 and 4 now.
Okay.
And so he has a son. He's done a blended family thing, so he understood the dynamics of it, but he just made me feel so comfortable. He's very committed from very early on, like, no, yes, I love you, but I love all of y'all, and that made me just all in love with him faster.
And Reed, Tammy, this situation, again, I went into it with some everything up front. But my previous situation, I've had another situation for 5 years. I first moved to Georgia. The mask was on, and I didn't see the red flag. And I think I was using the excuse of us putting time in. I wanted it to work so bad, and like the kids were miserable, and it was that situation which made me feel like I'm not doing this again until they're much, much older. And they came soon. I thought like God's gonna send you what he was. I such what he wouldn't have. But integrating kids, I come from a blended family, and I learned from my stepmom. When she and I first met, the first thing she did was she called my mom. She introduced herself. She's like, I'm Stefan's wife, fiance. This is who I am. I want you to remember to do the little be around. She said again. And I've never experienced that, but I've learned that from her. So anybody that I get with, I want them to meet the kids. I need to see how the kids act. I need to because they'll tell you. Their body language will tell you. And I ignored it for so long. And that is the only thing that I regret. Ignoring the small signs, just thinking, oh, they're being kids, they're young, they're being spoiled. But no, when he and I broke up, they were so happy, and I felt it in my house that it was just like a breath of fresh air. And I was just like, God, don't ever let me get in a situation like that again. Matter of fact, I don't even want no man until all the kids be out. He focus on the business. But then I met Michael, and it was just completely different. And then he was like, he has 2 children. And then it was just open from there. And then the fact that the kids started gravitating to him, and then when my dad gravitates to him, I said, oh, you want either one. And my dad don't like nobody. So, I mean, it's scary. But you just never know. And like, even now, you still really never, but I just think it's going to be a part of their journey. It's going to be a part of their upbringing. They'll be in counseling. But yeah, I just never wanted it to be, I would never want them to be uncomfortable with a situation like it. Absolutely. But you're going to have to accept me as a package. And then that's just what it is. And he does that. Yeah, he does that.
And so as women, right, we're emotional. We cry. I'm a G. And we say we want our men to show their emotions, to, wear their emotions on their sleeve or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, do we really want that? Do women respect men that show the emotions? I'll tell you what the guys said when I asked them this. They show their emotions, or they cry different. Their way of crying may be, I'm going to call my boy. I'm going to reach out to my boy. I'm going through something. I'm going to either they have a conversation, maybe a 2-hour conversation, and he's released that stress, but they're not physically crying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So do you think the men that do, really show their vulnerable side, they get a bad rap?
It depends on how much of them. So I said, I don't get it. Yeah. Is it just good dialect that we're having? And I love that you're so expressive with how you feel. Or is it's a man, I didn't get that promotion. It's just like all this every day is so seen. Then it's like, hold on, actually,
Yeah. I
telling people all the time, men, they may not cry. Men are way more emotional. They are, women. To your point, they display it differently. They do. But yes, they are. They have an attitude. They get frustrated when they can't handle any stress. Or oh gosh, all right. Yeah.
When you say I almost want to sign the divorce paper when he's 6. I'm like, what will happen after?
Mate, so I just think it's so funny that like women are emotional. No, they're more.
And they say we gossip. I think they're the bigger.
They were selling 100%. They gossip more than women.
And me and my sister, we were talking about something with a family friend, and he's sitting in the corner acting like he's on the phone.
That's what they.
We literally got in the room talking about, I don't know about her, right? But I said, oh, now she wanted to tease. He talking about I spilled it. I left it.
Guy or something.
She loves it. She loves, he's not going to be my sister and be like, girl, I heard. He's not going to do that, but he likes it. He likes the tea now. I think they all do. And not only that, I think men keep up more best than what they do. They're
messy. Like when they're messy, they're messy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Seriously. And I wouldn't say, maybe because I work in the restaurant industry, I see it all now. I see it. I really, really do. From sometimes, even my bartenders, I'll tell them, listen, I'm going to find out everything. Because our regulars, I've been there for 5 years. They're gonna tell me, and they so messy, so they man. So they want to tell me, they want to know, ooh, they want to know. Yeah. So you get it all the time, and just when it goes to the emotional thing, like you said, my job, I spend a lot of time there, so I have examples in my head. But we have a guy at my job, and he was all right, you know, they take me on free time. Somebody asked me, "Dang, what's going on?" I was like, "Man, he's too emotional." And he's like, "Dang, what's wrong with that?" And I'm like, "No, it's a difference." Like you said, we're being vulnerable, we're opening up, but you're emotionally intelligent, right? But it's different. You love every day.
Yeah. No.
You know, it's kind of dwelling something like you just got laid off and it's like because I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah.
And so I need you to settle this thing. 5 minutes ago. It took 5 minutes to get everybody. So then one of them type of emotional men, keep that G.
I'm gonna keep it real. It's the truth ain't in us. When I'm going through some shit, I may take a day or two to wallow in my self-pity or whatever the case may be. But after that, I'm brushing myself off and I'm getting back. I'm gonna keep it. If a man was to do that for 2 days, like, that's a no-no? It depends on what you do. You
bring it up vacation for what the situation. You lose your job and your team moves the game.
Yeah.
What do we know? You or something that happened in your past and you still mad about it. See, that's like, no, what it is. It depends on what it is.
Yeah,
the friend. The death is a situation.
But if my husband tells me, like, damn, be the man cave, I need a little minute. Okay, I respect that. You got your minute. But if you come shoulders down the bed, I said, okay, now. You say you're going to be in the man cave. Now you bring this energy upstairs. But, you know, it's a safe space, but it's day 3.
It's always there's a one to talk about it every day. Like, even if you need a week to process something, because sometimes I need to sit and think about and figure out and strategize. But I'm not going to be talking about the same situation every day. When you're ready to answer for solution, I don't want to hear, okay, but they did this. Okay, what we doing? But they won't stop. We can't do some hard. It's like, do you know what? Like, if you're a woman who's been through a lot, listen, it's my excuse. I done lost everything and had to get it back twice.
Yeah.
So if you are a man, you ain't gonna feel me, because my work ethic is speaks for itself. I'm gonna go get it. I know who walked before me, so I'll walk a bowl right behind my guy, and he can do anything, and I can do anything through Christ who give me strength. So if you ain't moving like that, if I'm a gangster being fulfilling like that, that's so me, I tight up.
Yeah, we have our motor. We have our.
It's like we have to be so resilient. Seriously, it's not that we're tough; we're just resilient. And so, yeah, you get to be human. You absolutely get to be human. But you can not be as well an actor. Everything can be a problem. Like you got to do it. And like Tammy said, are we still talking about it? It's like, where's your mindset? Okay, a week done passed and you still ain't moved to the solution yet. You still just what was me to sit here victim? I'm tired, honey.
Yeah.
Bring a lot of wine. Because what? I can't hear that.
So I'm gonna switch this up a little bit.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna switch this up a little bit. So when it comes to Black girl magic, sisterhood amongst women, Black women mostly, how do we have a sisterhood when we're stabbing each other in the back, we're sleeping with each other's man, and just doing all this stuff? And then we're saying we're sisters.
I mean, well, obviously those are not sisters. There's a lot of fake people in your life. And I think we don't talk enough about friendships. We go, right? And you don't get taught as a little girl what is an appropriate friendship for women, right? You're just like, oh, you meet people, you're friends with them, they do something to you, you stop being their friend, you kind of keep it moving. Nobody talks about praying for friendships. Nobody talks about having discernment in friendships and really listening to that inner voice. And so I think a lot of times if you talk to the women and the person slept with their man or stabbed them in the back or whatever, something happened before that happened that they ignored, right? There were signs there and they ignored that voice. And so I think we do have sisterhood, but I think it has to do with the right women. You have to surround yourself with like-minded women.
And I'm not even talking about people that we may know. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
When it comes to women as a whole,
There's no calling.
they might know where. So there's no sisterhood. And like they said, I don't know that world because of the people I surround myself with. I hear a lot.
Yeah.
But I just can't relate because I'm like, I don't know anyone who I'm around that. Yeah, but you see it on social media. Yeah, every day. It's also the group of friends you have. Are they your social friends that we go to Blue and we go to all these places and we just look cute together? We have a good time. We got man, da da da. So it's like, what is that dynamic? Do you guys pray together? Do you have play dates with the children? Do you build businesses together? Or is this just a social group of, oh, you cute, let's hang out?
Yeah.
And a lot of times those groups deal with those situations because now we're fighting over the same two men in this group. Yeah. Or we're going on trips because we met through social friends.
Yeah.
So it just all depends on the dynamic, the little groups. But the real friends, day one friends, it's just a lot of the concern mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never experienced it definitely. But again, it's because you got to pay attention to the people that you keep around you. If I notice something, I trust myself.
Yeah.
I trust that voice. I don't ignore red flags from men.
But I know, like, girl, are you condoning? Let's just say you had a girlfriend and she was cheating with a married man. Are you going to condone that? Are you going to pay sis that's not right? Continue that friendship? Because to me, someone that's doing that, he'll do it to you at the end of the day.
True. I can't say, well, again, I don't have any of my personal friends that have done it, but I can say that you're not a real friend if you don't address it. Yeah. Now, you're on your own if you want to stay friends with that person or not, but you have to address it. You can't act like it's not going on or act like it's okay and then be surprised if they turn around and do something to you. Again, you're ignoring red flags.
Right, you're ignoring
I don't care if they have. Yeah,
So that's something that you learn as you grow older, you know. But some of my day, I'm 41 now, and my day was we still tight, yeah, right. But we came up right one too soon. But people that I pick up along the way, like my sorority sisters. Well, I joined a sorority 20 years ago, but then when I denounced on our 20th anniversary this year, it was like. Everybody, you could tell it's different conversations. You could tell, but it's like, where was that foundation? Was it because of the sorority, or was it because we really built like a friendship? As despite you get to learn as you grow older. It's not always about how long you know somebody. It's about how you come interacting with people. Because I've been in groups in and out, inside and outside of the sorority where there was cheating and infidelity going on in their situations, and I have to make a decision that I don't want to be around it because that's just not who I am yet. As you're learning yourself, as you're growing, like I said, everybody can't go with you a certain place here. You got to be strong enough to say, that's not what I align with right now. I love you, but it's just not. It's just like getting on and off a train. Like there's going to be people that come on a train. I saw this analogy on Facebook. People get on a train at a certain stop. They get on the train, certain stop, and get light. When it's time for them to get off, they get off. But it doesn't mean that it was sour or like that. It just means it was their stop. Yeah. You're going to a different direction now. And if we see each other again in the future, then it's hate or love, but it may not be the same. Right. because we're growing differently, you know. But I mean, I think it's all about learning as you grow. Cool, boundary, yeah. Because women can be messy too. I'm not talking about the breakups of friendships. It's like a relationship. It's so hard. It really is. So what women are quick to forgive men. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I have old friendships. They just kind of dwindled, but nothing ever happened. But when, while you were saying what you were saying, when I look back out of that friend group, the one that I'm close with, I know her since little though. But the other ones that came along the way, we literally was only friends with each other because, oh, you dress cute. Oh, no, I always done. Oh, say you gonna put it on. You look pretty. We used to be faking like we was the fake basketball wives. We had a little joke going because we all cute. And when I look back, and I'm not surprised that none of us are really close now. We wasn't even, our friendship was based on nothing. We was excited to be in the club together. We got 6 women. We all look beautiful. So we thought we something, but what are we truly knowing? Yeah. But so I remember being, at that age where I'm like, okay, well, we're growing up now. And once I started to get serious about me, a little by little, them friends, because every weekend I was getting invited to the club. But then I started doing something where I couldn't do that every weekend no more. It's like, girl, I ain't even gonna leave to where I'm at till later something that I wake up in the morning because this type of season, so I came. And eventually the calls start. I wasn't even getting no calls right. And I had to be okay with that. Yeah. And I am because I love where I'm at today. Yeah.
So who here, you're the only one not in a relationship, but you still can answer this, okay? When it comes to your significant other or yourselves having a relationship with your ex, is that something?
What kind of relationship you talking about? Co-parenting, have a friendship, like staying in touch.
Yeah, are you cool with your?
Absolutely not. No. So there's nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about. If you got little kids and you're co-parenting, that's just what you do. But nothing to talk about. Aren't you? Oh my gosh, can I tell an experience I had?
Sure. Well, this is why I'm single, because these girls who I've dated has been crazy, right? But no. Even if you don't hate your ex, okay, cool. If I see him in public, whether it's a spade to keep it going, but if it's like a ex, we're ex, but we still friends, we communicating, I'm side-eyeing that, okay? Reason why. I just had an ex-boyfriend recently called me to let me know, I won't speak too much, to let me know he was in Atlanta. And in my head, I was just like, I thought, okay, have a good time. I'm like, at least he told me, right? But, and so, I know my best friend and my people close to me because me and this ex, we was together and we ended up breaking up somewhere in our relationship because I was friend about something. I got my answer and I knew he wasn't the one, right? But I was still like teeter-tottering. Sometimes we get our answer, we don't want to accept it. It's like, yeah, Lord, but I love it. I don't want to let this go. Livers that we don't, and you were not ready for it. Yeah. So in that case, it was me, right? So we finally did, cut off like the ties or whatever. And he went to date someone else. And that was like a little bit. And honestly, he wasn't even dating that person. I just seen something on social media and in the vibe in the room, I say, oh, something is going on. So I cut it off. That person was in the room with him. They ended up getting, they're together right now. Okay. Cause I don't want to say too much because, but the reason why I'm saying that is because when they dated for a little bit and then he did try to come get back with me and I was considering it, but he's still throwing up, oh, me and her just friends. And I was like, listen, that's your ex though. I'm like, listen, I know I'm your ex, but if we're doing this, that's your last ex. And I'm not cool with that. And he really was going back and forth between the others. And I catch him red-handed. And I wipe my hands with it. And still right now today, this married man like to reach out to me, still thinking about me, having dreams about me. And I let it be.
I just think you ain't even got to be as for me. Friends of the opposite sex. If it's not a mutual person, if it's not like our friend and we know. Why are y'all having conversations on the phone? Why are y'all going out and kicking it like that?
I was going to say, because I have guy friends that associates
but friend.
Yeah, but I don't go and hang out with them.
Yeah. So when I say friend, I'm thinking y'all hang out, y'all kick it. Yeah, I do my friend right, but yeah, I'm not. I have male friends, but once I got with him and we got married, the hanging out part was just not really thing. Now we can, as a group, sometimes we'll meet up, but individually,
Say that.
oh yeah. Actually, he took my guy friends are now his friends. Said I said, actually, wait a minute. Why am I saying hey to you like I'm the person that met y'all? But they're now close, but I don't call Trey and feel like, yeah, I'm gonna go for drinks. Cause it's just like I love y'all love me, check them, but it's just the things like why am I leaving my home and my husband to go hang with another man? Right.
And that brings me to the girls and guys trip. Then my husband cannot go on a guys trip. We're not doing the guys trip because conversation with one of my he's friends with me and my husband. Okay. And we're on the same age, on the same age. Like he's like, why do I want to go on a guys trip for a week with a group of men? And I want my wife there with me. He's like, no, I don't mind going on a trip. Where's a couple? And me and the guys go off for a day or do whatever we do. He said, but I don't want to be around a bunch of niggas all week long. And who are we going to be talking to? Because women are going to come up to us. They're going to say, have a seat. Somebody's going to say, hey, let's buy a drink. And one thing leads to the other at the end of the day. Like, you can't say that they're not conversating with other women.
I'm sure they are.
Okay, so for me and mine, you don't do the girls and guys.
I think it's because of the fact that we're in this part where those things are happening, like weddings, bachelor trips. We're waiting on each other's days. Like we're in that early stage where this is the time where those things happen. But at 49, 50, we're going now. If they're golfers and there's a tournament, and they are actually going to do a thing that we know they do, I don't think I mind. But it's April 1st through 7th. Me and the guys are going to Colombia. Colombia. I already know what time. Maybe my perspective will change later on down when we're done with all the weddings and all the milestone birthdays. I think it will change, but for now, it's actually go, please.
Yeah, I love girls trips. That's my thing. I love girls trips, but I don't mind guys trips. No, Levon is not a guy trip person. He will tell you he don't.
Yeah,
but it's because he's not close to a lot of guys.
But I think we go out. It's us. We love you to stay cute and have a good drink and kick out.
It's different, girl.
But think about what now Levon's going to tell you. Going out is kind of a little different when you're married because it's like you can't. You're not there for me to rub on and now I'm just sitting here spending money with some niggas.
Right.
I'd rather be at the house with you watching a movie. It will change, but I push for him to still have his guy time because I never want you to resent and I lost all my friends.
But what I was gonna say about guy trips, here's my philosophy on it. Why, if he did want to go, I would let him go. People who want to cheat. Right? Fine. People who want to cheat tonight, the trend is not gonna change anything. You can cheat in Atlanta. So for me, I'm not about to bend myself over backwards or be like you or tell him he can't do things. I'm not about to do all of that. If you want to be faithful, you're gonna be faithful with a woman with her titties out, her ass out in your face. But that's what I want to be faithful. If you want to cheat, you're gonna be in the back room or the backyard or whatever. Like it doesn't matter where you are. And I think we get caught up in like, well, you can't go on guys trips. Because the reality is we don't want to hear that, right?
I'm not oblivious to none of that, but that doesn't work in our relationship.
And you guys know what, right?
Yeah. I think it doesn't work in a lot of people's relationships.
See, in my mind, girls trips, when I go out with my girls, we get massages, we're in the spa, like we're literally at home, not in there, but we're literally like in a hotel room or we're doing the same thing we could be doing at home, but we just on match pajamas and we just talk right out your movie. Like literally it's just let's get away. Yeah, I just do that. But I mean, so I don't be worried about like I'm not a clubber anymore, I'm not partying anymore, but I will go on a good let's get out your group chat for the weekend or even a cruise.
And I'm going to get a lot of backlash for saying what.
So you don't believe the first trip either?
I'm about to get a lot of ecstasy. I'm about to say because The straight men say they're straight, but yet they want to go hang out with a bunch of damn guys. Oh, okay, but you're straight,
Right.
right? So make it make sense. You know,
I agree that you do. I also do think like man time is important. Like,
you know, cigar bar.
with your friends, but ain't no out the country.
I mean, I'm just saying, go hang out. My husband plays poker. Feel you, their friends.
Yeah.
Now he may go overnight and stay at his cousin's house and play poker. That's fine, but I'm just saying, not going out of the country.
Like she said, the perspective will change. 'Cause my parents, they're in their 60s. They're leaving on a cruise tomorrow. They have a group of friends, and they all go out as married couples. The guys will do their thing, and some, but they're all with their wives, and that's good. I used to think they were swingers. I'm like, y'all, but my father be like, oh, like, yeah. But to your point, like I think the perspective will change like as you get older out of it. But I be wanting my time without him. Not that I don't like him and I don't love him. Yeah, I just like it's a different vibe. Sometimes you just need that.
You do need their own things. I agree with having it for my time for myself or whatever, and him having time for himself. I agree with all that, but
And she's like, but what, 285?
Yeah. So, but I still want to hear you on girls trips. You know, y'all don't do girls trips either. Y'all don't allow.
so I used to go on girls' trips, right? But I just don't anymore because I don't have time for drama. You see the housewives?
But they're not friends.
Well, I get that. And you gotta understand, like, I would go on girls' trips and it would be my friends who I'm friends with, and then they invite other people.
Oh, yeah. I don't, yeah, I'm not going to stay with plus ones.
Them other people, they prom chat.
Yeah.
I know. So for me, that's hard work. Yeah. You know, but some of them friends I just don't like.
Mesh trips. I am. I let the girls try to. And I don't know, maybe it's just the people I surround myself with, to your point. Because even when a lot of the good friends that I've made in the past few years have been friends of other friends. So I just think I got lucky in surrounding myself with a really good girlfriends. And when they do bring somebody else in, they're a good person.
Yeah. So, but I still like to think like when you meet people, you do attract what you secretly don't know. Like you attract what your reflection is, right? And I learned this from a coach when she was, and I was asking her, why am I attracted to so many men of this or so many people? Because you need to fix something within you because you're still attracting that mirror, whatever it is, whatever the issue is. So like I was saying, like you been meeting people, it's not luck, it's that you belong to yourself. You sure yourself that I know a certain standard or a certain interpreters you want around. And I think that can be a negative or a positive side. It's an reflection of who you are. Yeah, that's it's like what she said. Well, you know your girlfriend is cheating. Do you cut it off or do you know what I'm saying? If you decide to keep her as a friend knowing that she has some bad ways, if you're not proposed to yourself, maybe you need to create some distance because if that's not who you are, create this. Well, that's the type of people you want to have around you. So what do I need to do? Because I became like the black sheep of the family because on my husband's side, you know, because one of the cousins was bringing his girlfriend around the other cousins. And so I made a statement to her and I was like, you know, you smile in his wife's face, but yet, and call her sis, but then you allowing him to say, raise your girlfriend. And I told her, I can't trust you and build a friendship with you, knowing that you're doing that to her. You do the same thing.
Yeah, see, baby, I'm saying.
Yeah. And so I'm just the type of person, I'm not allowing it. They can't bring their women to my house. I don't even care if I don't like your fucking wife. Yeah, right? At the end of the day, you're married. Yeah. And I'm for the one. Right. At the end of the day.
I'm that way with my son. Like even like he's that's to the I mean my son the already getting married and I go there for you out to this house. Like if it ain't your main girlfriend, if you want to do, I can't stop you. I don't want nobody ask me no question. Yeah. But you will not have different girls coming out through that part. You're not bringing them around the family. That's real. Yeah. And that's good.
Yep. It's funny. Does size really matter for can a man make up for it in other ways?
Oh, it matters. It matters. It matters.
Oh my God, it matters.
It does matter.
Well, let's talk about it for a second. There's a myth that black men are packing, okay, And I've heard some stories from some Black women that that's just not the reality. Okay? So, not everybody's that's a fact. What are you stuck on over there, Tam?
And I'm like, no, and I think when we were talking about earlier about how much do we need to have it, I think my drive comes from, and I'm not going to say too much about it's definite, but my previous situation, I think men had, but that health conditions caused them to not be able to show up how is the level. And I think Black men are more Black are facing that ED side. That's terrible. It's terrible. Like I would not wish that my worst ending. But I mean, when you love somebody, okay, we'll figure it out. Ain't enough head in the world. Like, this is more. But I'm just, yes, it matters. A functioning one, Dan. I was going to say, because they can have a big penis that still don't know how to work.
Don't know exactly how to but you can do a lot more with that.
Right. And be open to classes, be open to exploring other things. Like, because I'm going to try everything, just about everything with my husband, but it has to work. Yeah, it has to work. So
it wouldn't be against him going to get because penis enlarged.
I mean, I don't know too much about that for me to even weigh in on that. I would prefer natural. But what is an enlargement? Right. Is it a surgery?
Yeah, it's a surgery.
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. Men are doing it.
Yeah, Lear.
That's okay. I mean, I can understand it. Just like women get surgery to get their butt to rest. Like,
ouch. Wait, I'm trying to picture.
I don't know. Is that going to... Like, isn't what they've been working all since? What you saying? I'm like,
men are doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, please come with the nice one. Okay. Some of y'all have to have this, but if not, because I dated someone who wasn't the biggest one that I'd had. He knew what he was doing. He was working, right? I knew he knew what he was doing, and we had a great sexual chemistry, and everything was just out of work.
He knew that. I had the same thing. He knew what he was doing. No, don't show too much of that shit. Don't cross over this. No, he wasn't the biggest, but I had the most arousal and like all of the things. Yeah, from him, because he knew what to do. He knew the woman's body. He knew how to make me do what I need to do. So to me, I don't know, because homeboy did his big boys.
Okay.
So okay, how many of you
try to say that it took you men? Fake it did. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I definitely think
so. Definitely. For sure. I'm trying to really think about it. Because I guess.
You know, she's considered both have big dicks. I push that's right.
Like orgasm. Yeah, no, I never had an orgasm. And I think we all have. Yeah. I know.
Is it fake? I'm not faking what man.
Oh no, not now, but like back in the day, so yes. So yeah, I definitely have to have an orgasm every time.
Please don't make us fake it. Please come in and full power fake it, okay?
Please. So if your significant other asks you to go to a swingers club or bring someone into the bedroom, what would your answer be?
No, yeah.
Hell no. That's the new thing here.
You say yeah?
No, I was saying yeah to the hell. No. You home with that door. I open up the door. Open it up and door. Say a marriage to peace and expected.
Yeah. I'll have the rules like it's only us three at a time. Then the lies start because it's like I'm open up this experience. It's too many experience in our world.
It is. Yeah.
I think why do you guys have men don't allow the women to bring a man? And that's not talking about on a gay level, right? So not even the man don't even have to touch him.
You're right.
Okay, it may be that the woman just want to have men, doing
whatever they're doing.
They're
possessive. Yeah, they're so serious. And they're visual people. They are the ones Yeah. They look at you as like property. They do. So they don't want anybody else.
like another woman coming in is just like a little cherry on top.
Yeah.
A man coming in is like, hold on, no. Yeah, actually. And actually, I don't want that because I don't want you like, yeah, man, okay, I did y'all. I did good, man.
Right.
So, sir, why did you like that? Sit there. And what were you doing when he was doing something to me?
So nothing good can come from that.
And just let it go.
Family, money, like y'all are boss women. How do you handle family coming to you for money at the end of the day? And when it gets to that point, because I know you all have heard at the end of the day, oh, she thinks she's better than us. You know, like, how do you deal with that? Do you feel guilty? Like, or do you?
I shut it down. I used to. I used to feel like I had to because I was the one pursuing my dream. But reality is like we all got our own level of struggle. Just because my house looks like this and you think I'm carrying way more than you're carrying. And so no, it's not my responsibility to take care of you. And I had to learn it because I was taking care of you. Ain't my mama or my daddy, and they don't even really ask because they are set on, you know what I mean? But no, I don't. They feel like I would give you an opportunity. I'd be giving cousins opportunity to work on my business. And I mean, the entitlement comes and they don't got to work. And I can't do that for you. I can't do that for you. I don't feel bad about it. Yeah. I don't.
My boundaries are very strong. Good. They are. And I don't feel that about it. My boundaries are very strong. I keep a screenshot of my kids' private school tuition in my phone.
Okay, girl.
I'm not even joking. If somebody asks me for money, I send them the screenshot. This is how much I pay. And this and then month. First of every month. And this just for school. Yeah. This is not any other bill I have. This is just on no. I love that you say I want to get you into that. Do you see this? That's a little thing for girl. I do. Private school tuition, right? No, it's a screenshot. I can show it to y'all at least. I don't play those games.
Luckily, my husband is frugal, so he have to deal with it. He tell me no before. I was like, great. I love that for us.
Lord, send me a list. They don't cross the line and reach out to you.
No, like his family?
Yeah, that used to be a issue for me and my husband because his family would reach out to me. Yes, yes. I tried. I was giving it up for.
Okay. That's why they were reaching out to you.
And but I think it was because of guilt, feeling sorry. We got it. You know, sometimes when you start making money, you're around, you doing it, you making all this money, and you want to help. And tell us the phone starts ringing every week, and they need this. Nobody's giving you back your money.
That's you. As long as they're for the same things they come to you for. I would say like to say that it's like it's the what when I used to give money to my family, I was expecting them to pay me back because it was their own. But then when they didn't, I'm like, okay, I gotta be okay with it. Just releasing this money. I let go because it's draining. You know, it's draining, especially when they think that you're a quadrillionaire. Like I'm working and I'm done. It's like, I'm not the place.
It's like I still have boundaries. I still don't want to give it to you.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't tell people anything. Yeah. Well, I get my boundaries is realizing, dang, whenever I do need something though, I literally can't call on one person. Right. So and maybe keep my shit together and have boundaries now.
Yeah. I started having boundaries with my own children. And I literally, because they work in my business. My son, he's one of my editors. And it's like, I'm not trying to raise them. Yes, I want, like my daughter, she makes a joke. She'll literally walk around and say, I'm a trust fund baby. I'm just, okay, I don't want them to grow up because I'm from West Philadelphia. We ain't had this. Yeah, I'm doing this so that way you can have more options and resources, but you're going to work to earn. Yes. So you're not going to be Uber Eats and DoorDash and asking me for money. As soon as he asks me for money, like I say, he got his license today. Can I hold the car? Okay, you need a job first. I'm not paying for gas. This is not a free fall. So I even set boundaries with those little family members. Like, I mean, the world ain't going to be nice and there's no handouts. There's really no handouts.
Well, ladies, it has been a pleasure. This is fun. And I want to appreciate each and every one of you coming out here and sharing your stories, your beliefs. And we're going to bring the guys in. But before we do, I want you to look into the camera, say who you are, what you do, and where they can find you on social media.
Thank you so much. My name is Mercedes. I go by Madam Walter. I am the creator of the Women's Empowerment Network, Ladies in Motion, where we spotlight, serve, and celebrate women that's winning in the local community. I'm also the host of the Talking Out podcast by Ladies in Motion. You can follow me on social media at all platforms at ladiesinmotion.llc. Hi, everyone. I am Deidrea Lewis. I am a partner at Stewart Miller Simmons Law Firm here in Atlanta. I'm a personal injury and civil rights lawyer. And you can reach me on my website, which is daedrea.com, daedrea.com. And on social, I am Day Lewis Esquire, which is ESQ.
Hi everyone, my name is Mamet. I am a retired educator and now a bridal hairstylist, traveling all over the world to make women feel beautiful. You can find me at Glam by Mamet, MAAME, and my website is the same, glambymamet.com. Hey everybody, it's your girl Tammy Capri, the host of the Mompreneur podcast and the Mompreneur mentor. I am the founder of Massively Mompreneurs, and I help moms, working moms, redefine the way they make money beyond their 9 to 5. You can watch me on the Mompreneur podcast, and you can reach out to me on Instagram at Tammy Capri, or my website is tammycapri.com.